Welcome everyone to this new video. So today we're going to see how to use the Tactical Bivouac module. Here, I'm going to define the word tactical as a situation where safety or security is the #1 concern, well before comfort, for example. So you need to know that we're going to use this style of tactical bivouac in hostile environments in particular. So we'll see that it's a basic sleeping system where we're looking for speed, discretion, and efficiency. You'll need to be able to break camp as quickly as possible. So there won't be any question of making a fire or even cooking, preparing food. Generally speaking anyway, the breaks will be very short. It's a sleeping method that you'll also need to prioritize, for example, when you're in polyphasic sleep. The module I'm presenting to you today is the one I currently have in my vehicle. I'm presenting it to you as is. It's a winter module, and of course I'll modify it as the seasons change. So this sleeping setup, you'll see that it's super simplified. You could even call it extreme. I'm showing it to you because in a survival situation, it's a must-have. It's the best system in case of evacuation, and it's the best system in case of major trouble. Having this equipment already prepared and having practiced with it 2 or 3 times will give you an advantage and allow you to work out the small details. When the day comes, you'll know exactly what you'll be facing. So, this will allow you to handle a situation where the entire population is under maximum stress as best as possible. In that situation, it will really give you a major comparative advantage. You can see that in the Sursac and Gore-Tex, I already have the winter sleeping bag rolled up. Then I have the stakes here, and also prepared I have the tensioners. So if I'm not expecting rain, I can sleep directly in there, rest for an hour or 2. There's no problem, I'm dry and I'm warm. Now, I'm going to set up the poncho in case it rains. I'm using a ripstop poncho because it's one of the quietest fabrics when you crumple it. When I set up, I make sure to put the poncho over my head higher than at my feet. The advantage with bungee cords is that you can always adjust the distance if you're a little too short or a little too long. I have 4 tent stakes, which is usually enough for a quick bivouac. If you ever have strong winds, it might be a good idea to reinforce them with wooden stakes. If you have the time, normally, this type of shelter can be set up in 5 or 6 minutes at most. There you go, we were starting to do pretty well. With the hood, we're just going to tie a knot for waterproofing, and the knot should be on the outside. If you do it on the inside, you'll get dripping. Don't forget that having a very low profile will allow you to be better camouflaged. If you're in an open area, you can add extra camouflage like plants. Having your tent pegs will also allow you to be very efficient and very quick. During the very rainy periods, even if you have Gore-Tex material on your bivy bag, it can become really uncomfortable. At that point, it would be better to switch to a tent. So, in the tropics, a hammock is a must because of snakes and insects. For snow, you can use this system with a few adjustments. In particular, you'll need a sleeping pad, which is essential, and ski goggles if you're expecting snowstorms, slippers. So these are pressed ski shoes that are actually slippers, which you can wear directly inside your sleeping bag. So when you're really cold, it's very nice to have. This is really for intense cold. You can also have very thick socks. And for snowy environments with extreme conditions. After that, we have to build a special shelter. So to cover all the environments in wooded savanna, we'll use a blanket or a poncho liner to protect ourselves from the heat. In desert areas, of course, it's not this system either. We'll use several tarps layered on top of each other and, if possible, a semi-buried shelter when we can. In our regions, and for the summer, we'll use this same system but with a simple blanket, a poncho liner, or a light sleeping bag. So, for safety now, when we're in a group, each person will be able to watch their own sector. So we'll assign different sectors to different people. We'll generally form a circle, and that will allow us to visually cover the entire perimeter. You should know that we don't set up guard shifts because under maximum stress, you'll generally be awake almost all the time. If you're alone, the best thing is to camouflage yourself as much as possible and just take micro naps. So we pack up the tarp as quickly as possible. Now, so here we put everything directly into the bag. Normally I won't have a bag bigger than this. Complete packing of the base module now, which normally should be done in less than a minute. You got it? In these kinds of conditions, we're looking to be responsive. So we usually sleep dressed with our shoes on. In summer, if you've sweated in your shoes, you change your socks and put your shoes back on. You can dry them under the tarp or in your sleeping bag with silk. In winter, you try to keep your shoes on if they're dry. But if you have to get into your sleeping bag, you'll take off your shoes and socks and dry them. At the bottom of the bivy sack, normally there's plenty of room. You even have openings for ventilation, so the harsher the conditions get, the more safety you'll lose. So to finish, regarding the technical specifications of the module, between the bivy sack, the stretcher, the stakes, and the sleeping bag, I have about 3.5 kilograms. The sleeping bag is designed for extreme temperatures, and the bivy sack will further improve comfort by 5 degrees. So the version without the mattress will be the heaviest and the most effective. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. See you in other videos soon.